I get it when you're looking at a mobility scooter you've already seen a handful of cheap, fold-up options that promise lightweight and easy travel, only to discover they wobble on a cracked sidewalk, the battery quits after a few trips, or the folding mechanism jams at the worst possible moment. That regret makes you pause, wonder if you should just keep borrowing a friend's chair or finally invest in something that actually works. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The question I'm trying to answer today is whether the PAISEEC S3 feels like a smarter buy or just another gamble dressed up in glossy marketing. First off, the S3 sits in a crowded segment, entry-level electric scooters for seniors that promise a decent range, a light enough weight to fit in a car trunk, and a folding system that doesn't require a toolbox. What separates a decent scooter from a disappointment is how it behaves once you've actually taken it out of the box, onto the pavement, and into your daily routine. I spent a solid afternoon testing the S3 on a suburban street, a local park trail, and even a short drive to the grocery store, and I'm going to walk you through what that felt like, where the scooter shines, and where the compromises show up. Range is the first thing people obsess over, because the anxiety of what if I run out of juice halfway home can be a deal-breaker. PAISEEC advertises up to 40 miles per charge, and on my test run the battery indicator held steady for roughly 35 miles of mixed-terrain cruising before I needed to plug it back in. That's comfortably above the average of 20-25 miles you see on many comparable models, and it means a senior who uses the scooter for errands, a quick trip to the community center, or a leisurely ride around a park can realistically expect a full day's worth of travel without hunting for a charger. The trade-off is a slightly larger battery pack, which adds about 5 pounds to the total weight. If you're looking for the absolute lightest possible scooter to toss into a small hatchback, you'll notice the difference, but for most drivers the S3 still fits in a standard sedan trunk thanks to its patented two-step folding system. Speaking of folding, the S3's two-step fold is genuinely intuitive. You release a latch, the handlebar collapses forward, and the frame folds down in a smooth arc that can be done while the scooter is still on the ground. No need to lay it on its side or wrestle with bolts. I was able to fold and unload it from my car's trunk in under a minute, which is a huge practical win for anyone who needs to travel by air or store the scooter in a small garage. The downside is that the folding hinges are exposed when the scooter is unfolded, so you have to be mindful of debris or rain getting into the joint. In wet conditions the hinge can feel a bit slick, and you'll want to wipe it down occasionally to keep the lock tight. The motor is a 250-watt brushless unit, which translates into a surprisingly smooth acceleration for a 300-pound weight capacity scooter. The AI auto speed control feature, which the company describes as elderly-friendly, basically senses the slope you're on and gently throttles back when you approach a steep incline, preventing sudden jerks that could throw off balance. On the hill leading up to the park's overlook, the scooter held a steady 4 miles per hour without me having to manually adjust the throttle. That safety net is great for users who might be nervous about losing control, but it also means the top speed caps at about 6 miles per hour on flat ground, which is fine for city cruising but not ideal if you plan to use it for longer, faster commutes. Comfort is another area where the S3 earns points. The seat is padded enough that a short ride feels like sitting on a garden bench, and you can adjust the backrest angle with a simple lever. The footrest tilts upward a bit when you're stationary, giving you a more natural posture when you're waiting at a crosswalk. One practical quirk I noticed, the seat cushion isn't removable, so if you want a custom cover or need to clean spills, you have to wipe it down rather than pull it off. That's a minor inconvenience compared to the hassle of a removable seat that can shift while you're riding. Now, who should actually consider buying the PAISEEC S3? If you're a senior or someone with limited mobility who needs a reliable daily transport option for short to medium trips, think grocery runs, doctor appointments, or visits to a local park, the S3 checks the boxes. Its range, folding convenience, and safety-focused speed control make it a confidence booster for first-time scooter owners. It's also a good fit for families who travel often. The airline-approved claim means you can pack it in checked luggage without worrying about special approvals, which is a rare perk at this price point. On the flip side, if you're looking for a high-performance scooter that